Hi, everybody. It is day 2 of the NSNG Diaries trip, experiment, program, whatever you want to call it. I am still surviving. Yes, after 48 hours, I've, uh, I've been doing okay. Um, because I'm such a data nerd, I am going to be recording progress throughout. And I know you're not supposed to do any type of diet you're on. You're not supposed to be looking at your weight and everything. And of course, before somebody gets all high and mighty and says this isn't a diet, this is a lifestyle. It's like it's a diet. Get over yourselves. So I'm on a diet, right? And I'm trying to get my weight under control and that sort of thing. And if it turns into a lifestyle, then so be it. Maybe this is the thing for me, but maybe it's not. And I'm fully open to that possibility as well. I've been on a lot of diets that claim to be lifestyles, and they were not suitable to my lifestyle. I mean, I travel a lot on business and things like that, and sorry, you go to dinners and things, and sometimes that doesn't always work with whatever diet you're on. So, that being said, I'm going to see if I can make this particular diet suit my lifestyle. There's a subtle difference there, but you get what I mean. And so if you found me on YouTube because you're searching for NSNG or whatever, welcome. I have just started the NSNG program. If you want to get some more information on it, go back to episode 1 where I talk about Vinny Tordrich, and he's got a very good PDF file that you can download for free that will tell you how to get started and that sort of thing. And so I've gotten started. Day 1. So how did it go last night? Well, as with anything that gets you into ketosis, my body goes immediately into sponge phase, which is like I'm a big wet sponge and it just starts to go and get rid of all the water and stuff that your body's holding and everything. So I didn't sleep much last night. I got up every 2 hours. I had to pee all the time. Just pee, 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 pee everywhere. It's like, yeah. But that's okay because I lost, as you can see from the title thing, I lost 3 pounds from yesterday, which is kind of cool. So let me cut into this. I started a Google sheet here that just basically has the days that I'm going to be doing this for 30 days here, and what my weight is. I'm weighing in the morning, and in the morning I usually just get up and have a cup of tea, which I've got one for the evening as well. I'll tell you about the teas later. But I have a cup of tea and then kind of catch up on the news or whatever, and then I go up and weigh myself. And so that's what this is. And so it's right now the end of the day. So this is the weight that I was at the beginning of the day. So 296 at the beginning of yesterday, 293 at the beginning of today, and I've got a little chart that's going to draw itself in over the course of the next 30 days. And I put down here a goal weight of 250. Am I going to get there? I don't know. Am I going to, be discouraged if I don't get there? No, I'm doing this strictly as it is a data experiment. And if you look at my YouTube channel, you'll see I've done a few of these before. I did this when I was driving for Uber back in 2015. Yeah, I think 2015. I drove for Uber for a while. I have re-signed up for Uber, by the way, now that I have an SUV, and I'm going to do some more experiments. That'll be a different thing. I'll restart the Uber Diaries series again, and you can see how that works out. But again, it's like, am I doing that to get rich? No, I'm doing that to study and see how things work, because that's how I work. I'm a digital products guy, and data is everything. So even in health, as we're talking about here. So it's like the stuff fascinates me. If you want to hear about, other things and, dissecting protein powders and stuff like that, I'm sure there's plenty of other channels out there that'll do that. But if you want to just get into the raw data of it, which is what I want to do, and go, does this thing actually work? And if so, what are the variables you can tweak to make it work better for you? And I'll tell you that what I do may not work for you. What you do may not work for me. What I see online may suck or not work for me at all. But I'm going to try stuff, and I will tell you what works and what doesn't, and it's going to be that straightforward. So, and I'm, hold myself nice and accountable with a big old, chart here that says this is how this is going to look. Either this thing stays flat or it goes down, and we'll see how the diet works. I'm, of course, going to try. I'm not going to just go, well, I'm going to simply eat as much as I want, whenever I want, and wonder why the weight's not coming off. I'm actually going to try on this and see what goes on. One thing I'm not going to do, though, is I'm not going to be jogging around the block and doing jumping jacks and sit-ups and stuff like that. I'm not going to mix this with exercise for one reason, not because it couldn't help. I'm sure it could help, but particularly in this case is my body sits in chairs a lot and it's stagnant a lot. And because of that, um, I want to make sure that what I'm studying and what I'm measuring is the actual diet itself and the diet's effects. At some point, maybe after the 30-day point, I might incorporate exercise and see what diet plus exercise does. But I want to be able to put these things into silos and say, well, if the only reason I lost weight was because I did 50 sit-ups a day while on the NSNG diet, how do I know the NSNG diet contributed anything, right? It could have just been do 50 sit-ups a day. And at some point, maybe I'll flip the experiment and say I'm getting off the NSNG diet entirely, and I'm going to do 50 sit-ups a day, and we'll see how that goes. That's a different video series. That's going to be something down the road if I end up going that way. But I just want to know what the effectiveness of this diet is. I've never done this type of diet before. I've done Atkins, but I've never done this particular one. So we're going to give it a shot, and we're going to see how well we do. One other thing that I did come up and find, let me go back to the screen here, was there's a lot of information out there, but it's not always easy to get a hold of. And I found that Pinterest, of all things, I'm not really a Pinterest guy. I'm not like, arts and crafts, which is what I think most people use Pinterest for. But I found that for certain things, like going around and finding, I'm looking at Airstream campers and stuff too. And it's like I want to work in an office out of an Airstream camper. And so going around and finding example pictures of people that are working out of their Airstreams, I've made a Pinterest board of that. Same thing for NSNG. So in this case, I've found all of these different recipes and ideas and charts and stuff. I mean, here's a good one that's a cheat sheet. So it's like, okay, I really like flavored yogurt. So what could I substitute that with? And you can do stuff like, full fat Greek yogurt or coconut milk yogurt. They don't say what to put in it. This says flavored, but this says just plain and boring. I don't know. But if you're really into, pancakes and waffles, do cream cheese pancakes and almond flour waffles. Burger and fries, you can do buttered steak and salad or broccoli. I've got 2 really good steaks in the freezer. I'm thinking of thawing those out. That's again the beauty of this particular program is I can have really good steaks, and I'm hell on wheels on the smoker. And I'll include some of that in upcoming videos so that you can not just sit here and look at my pasty face at night, but you can be able to see some of the meals that I'm making. Speaking of which, I had a really good one tonight. I don't know if I've got it as a Pinterest. Let me see. Did I have it as a Pinterest? Probably not. Should have taken a picture of it. Oh well. What I did tonight was I bought a nice thin sheet of smoked salmon. You can get those at the deli, near the deli counter. Sometimes they're at the deli counter, but they're near the deli counter at most supermarkets. But a thin piece of smoked salmon, the kind that you would cut into slices and put on your bagels or whatever. But in this case, I had romaine lettuce hearts, and I put down a layer of cut off ripped off a few of the leaves, put down a layer of cream cheese, stuck the smoked salmon down on that, put a few onions on top, cracked some pepper on it, put a little bit of seasoning salt on the top. Boom! Had about 4 of those, and that was amazing. I'm full. I mean, it was good, and it tasted great, filled me up, and so now I'm kind of after dinner having some tea. And the tea that I'm having right now is the Japanese green tea. This is the same tea I drink when I get up in the morning. I couldn't find whether or not this had caffeine in it, so I'm hoping it doesn't, or else I'm up all night. But I'm going to be up all night anyway because I'm going to have to pee a billion times. But I have another type of tea that is a sort of a bedtime herbal tea, and so I'm probably going to have one of those after I have this, a little bit later tonight. So right now it's 7:40, so I'll probably get to bed at about 10:30 or 11ish or so, and have one of those cups of tea before then. But these have helped because coffee tends to go through me like a freight train. So, too much information, I'm sure. But no, coffee just is rough on my system. Let's put it that way. It's kind of like drinking Drano sometimes, especially the shitty coffee that we have in the house here. I got to get some better coffee. But that's day 2. Day 2, 3 pounds, man, doing nothing, eating. So, Your mileage may vary, but at least I'm seeing, I'm seeing I'm going into, or at least, moving towards the ketosis rather quickly on this diet. Especially getting rid of the alcohol completely, which I'm going to do for 30 days at least, is to do it with zero alcohol because I'm going to give it a fighting chance to work. Um, Keeps me up all night because I'm not drinking, but it's got a good effect on everything else though. So good on you. So NSNG, if you want to give it a try, day 2 doesn't suck so bad. I hear, just like in some of the other cleanses and things, day 3, day 4 starts to get a little cranky and bitchy. So we'll see if I start getting into the keto flu where I have headaches and stuff like that. I did take a hell of a nap this afternoon. I was tired and I just laid down and just, conked out. So I might be up a little later tonight. Who knows? Anyway, but that's it for day 2. I'll be back for another update either tomorrow or next day or something like that. But I will keep these on the regular so that you can keep up with how this is going. Thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll see you in the next video.